Hey friends, Jim here with Philly Fixed. We've got Walmart's Hyper Tough versus that big DCK Energy. It's time for another Cheap Tool Tuesday. All right, so we've got Hyper Tough sold exclusively at Walmart. These gray brushless 12-volt tools came out sometime in 2023, but of course Hyper Tough's been at Walmart for a really long time, predates Hart. It's their budget entry-level brand. So this drill actually came with an impact driver. That's for another video. The batteries it came with two batteries, and they're 1.5 amp hours. One thing I don't really like about the Hyper Tough is it's got one of these barrel style connector chargers with the wall brick, and you have to plug it directly into the battery. I'm not a big fan of that. In contrast, the DCK actually comes with a base charger like this that you slip the battery into. So the DCK sold on Amazon, made by Dongcheng Tools, which is also a brand in itself. Apparently it's one of the biggest brands in China. But what they mainly market here in the US is DCK on Amazon. This drill came by itself, but it came with some extra accessories, a bag, things like that. Very reasonably priced. I'll put the current price of both of these on the screen as of this filming, May 2024. 2 amp hour battery in this one. You know, that could make a difference, might not. Not sure what the cells are in these things. But we're going to put these through some driving tasks with some fasteners and some drilling tasks and see which one outperforms. All right, just take a real quick closer look at these two drills. Both have a 3-segment battery meter near the direction switch. The Hyper Tough, you pull the trigger, it stays on for a little while, gives you 3 green LEDs. The DCK, you pull it and then it turns on. It actually shuts back off while you pull the trigger. Of course, if you pull it long enough, it comes back on. So that's kind of weird, but basically same functionality. The Hyper Tough, you pull the trigger and the LED light stays on for a little bit here. Give it a sec, see how long it stays on. I'm not going to time it, but it gives you a little bit of a grace period there before it shuts right off. And, you know, it's okay. The DCK only has an LED light when you're pulling the trigger. And to be honest, it's pretty anemic. We'll see what it looks like on camera here. Actually, you know, in the end, this might be a hair brighter, but it's like molded into the housing and kind of looks pathetic. Both have 2 speeds. The Hyper Tough has 21 positions on the clutch plus drill mode. This has 20 positions on the clutch plus drill mode. Both have plastic housing 3/8-inch chucks. Neither of them have hammer mode. You wouldn't expect it in something this size. Both have 2 gears, 2 speeds, and both are brushless. So we're going to drive some fasteners. I've got a 4x4 here. It's really old. It was in the garage when I bought the house 7 years ago, and it was old then. But there's no knots, and the rings are centered in the center of the board, so as consistent as you're going to get with wood, which is, of course, not terribly consistent, but it's been dried out for probably 40 years. Let's get some screws and see how these two do. All right, let's try the Hyper Tough first. 3.5-inch deck screw in this 4x4. I don't think it's going to do it on speed 2, but let's see what happens. So you can see the LED meter for the battery. It flashes when it's not happy. So it's not going to make it on speed 2. We'll try this screw driven about the same amount in speed 1. We'll see if we can do it there. Yep, basically sunk the head most of the way. It's maybe a 1/16 of an inch above the surface, but can do it on speed 1. All right, let's try the DCK on speed 2, see if it does any better. Yeah, much better. All right, just to make sure that it wasn't a fluke, we'll try the other screw here. It almost torqued my hand at the end there, so I'm going to hold it like this, not pushing down though. So this one, I've still got the trigger pulled Nothing flashes. The LED light just like shuts off. But I'd say it drove it pretty much as much into the wood here as the Hyper Tough on speed 1, but clearly this is able to do it in speed 2. All right, I've got a non-pressure treated 2x4 here. Got some bits from Hercules from my friends at Harbor Freight. I think they gave these to me with the tool that I reviewed, so I don't know. Not that it matters, but I didn't pay for the bits. I paid for the drills though. We got a 1/4" bit in the Hyper Tough. I'm going to try it on speed 2, but I don't have high hopes. There's no knots in this area that I'm going to drill in. Pretty clear wood, not very tight grain. Classic modern pine 2x4 here. So here we go, speed 2. All right, so it didn't really like that. It was flashing at me for some reason. It's got full battery, but I keep forgetting to hold it with the battery meter facing the camera. Let's try it again with the 1/4" bit on speed 2. That time it was okay with it. So usually it's okay with the 1/4" bit on speed 2. Let's try, what do you think? 5/16 or jump right to 3/8? I think we'll jump right to 3/8 here. And first of all, that's going to be the biggest that fits in the chuck, unless I grab some reduced shank bits that have the 1/4" hex on them. So if you're just dealing with round bits like this, 3/8 is your max. We'll try it on speed 2, but I think it's going to need to go on speed 1. So it made it through on 2 pulls. I'm really not pushing hard at all. So it's not a fan of the 3/8" bit, but it does do it. We're down to 2 bars on the battery here. Let's just jump right to the 3/8" bit on the DCK, because based on the screw test, it had a lot more torque. So let's try the 3/8 speed 2 on the DCK. No problem at all. Oh, the 1/2" bit in this kit does have a reduced shank. So try the 1/2" speed 2 on the DCK. All right, not a huge fan of that. Try not to push hard here. All right. So this is right on the cusp of what it doesn't like with this 1/2" twist bit. But still, I think if we put this in the Hyper Tough, let's see if the Hyper Tough can even do it at all on speed 2. I don't think it can, and then we'll try it on speed 1. Nope. Let's try it on speed 1 though. All right, so it's very touchy. Obviously, it's not a perfectly scientific test because you have to push on a drill bit for it to go through. But as soon as I increase the pressure even a little bit, it would kind of bind up. So I think the DCK is the winner as far as torque and performance. As far as refinement, though, like on the features of the drill, I think, you know, the LED stays on this. The battery meter is a little more straightforward than the DCK. So I think if they were to put a little more effort into refining the features of the DCK, it would be a clear winner. But, you know, for just around the house, standard tasks like hanging pictures, drilling small holes, putting in small fasteners, you know, they both work for you. But on a pure power perspective, I would go with the DCK. All right, guys, well, there you have it. DCK would be my pick for this Cheap Tool Tuesday. What cheap tools do you like? What do you want to see me test that is not going to break the bank? Put it down in the comments below. I appreciate you being here. My name's Jim with Philly Fixed. God bless you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.
Hello, I'm Jim Davis.
I have a beard.